we had a very interesting training that I did for a new group of people. And of course, I'd like to welcome everybody from HBN to our program. So let me just take a quick peek and see who's here. Right, Jay, I'm glad to see you're here. All right, now look. We're into a new month. And it has never been easier. In the 26 years that I've been teaching this, to build a business on a social network. I mean, think about it. If you, here, let me come back over here. Think about it. If I put you in a room with 1,000 people, and I told you that there were 50 people in that room wearing green shirts, and if you just spent 15 minutes talking to those 15 people, you could sign every one of them up in your business. 1,000 people in the room, 15 people wearing green shirts. If I told you there were 100 people in that room wearing red shirts, and if you talk to any of them, they buy your products. Or 1,000 people in the room, 100 people wearing yellow shirts. Now, the people in yellow shirts, again, if you talk to them for 15 or 20 minutes, you'd sign them up in your business. Now, the people in yellow shirts were already in network marketing. They're part of a team, part of a group, and the company just changed the comp plan and everybody's jumping into another deal. And if you talk to any of those people, sign them up in your business. Wouldn't you love to be in that room every day? What if you could walk into that room every day and walk out with 2 or 3 new business partners? Well, that's what's waiting for you on Facebook. That's what's waiting for you on LinkedIn. It has never, in the 26 years that I've been teaching this, it's never been easier. Not only has it never been easier, but there are more people for you to talk to. Now, why do I do these free trainings? Why do I make it so easy for everybody to learn this? My wife says I'm obsessed. And to a certain extent, I am. Never before in the history of entrepreneurship in the United States has there been a faster and easier way for anybody with a minimal expense to become successful in network marketing. Never. As a matter of fact, it's so easy that over the years, it has attracted a lot of people who have attempted to start some of these companies, and the companies didn't last. They failed. A lot of people jump into a network marketing business, think it's going to be easy. All you have to do is bring in 3 people and you can be rich. It's not that easy. But if you apply yourself, if you follow some simple principles, anybody can be successful. Think about it for a minute. How much money do you need to make every month to cover your basic bills? How much? Well, the answer is whatever that answer is. How many people do you have to bring in to your business to make it happen? That's all. Start small, work your way up. But there are people waiting to talk to you right now. If it's not happening for you, okay, if it's not happening for you, then you have to just look at what are you doing? Because there are four things that make this work. First, it's the profile you create, how you put yourself out there. Because with that profile, you're now free, pop into that room and start talking to people. Second, it's who you decide to talk to. Third, it's what you say. And fourth, well, frankly, it comes back down to conversation again. So if you're not talking to 5 or 10 or 15 people every day, and you have an hour or two that you're devoting to your business, and you're not making those connections, you're doing something wrong. If you're not showing your business to 5 people a day, 25 people a week, Monday through Friday, and you're not enrolling at least 1 or 2 of them, you're doing something wrong because other people are doing it. Practice, practice, practice. That's what it takes. And then once you get good at it, you start teaching the people that you bring into your business. The one thing that's critically important is everything that you're doing has to be something that is duplicatable. Okay, in other words, the person that you brought into your business should be able to open up their settings, make themselves visible, give them a couple of simple things to do, and there's absolutely no reason why they can't be duplicating what you're doing right out of the gate. And if they come back and they say, well, I just had 5 people that responded to my post, what do I say? Again, all you have to do is ask them to scroll up, take a look at what I said to you, and do the same thing. It's not what works in network marketing, it's what duplicates. So let me flip over here. We're going to look into some accounts. An hour a day on Facebook. That's all it takes. There are 5 simple profile tweaks that you can do that will immediately cause the people that you're connected to, or people that see your profile, or people that see any of the actions you take, to give you an opportunity to start conversations with people. Social networks are a great source of free leads. You could use this process on any social network, but LinkedIn is the best. It is the absolute best. So let me take a quick look and see who's here. Okay, and Ray J is here. She was on our session last night. Nick, I'm glad you're back. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip over to LinkedIn. And let me unmute Ray J.
Good morning.
Morning, Ray J. Okay, so, you know, there are some people that based on your background, based on your experience, can do this faster and easier than other people. you happen to be one of those because of your background and what you've done. So first, what has to happen is you have to make sure you're as visible as possible. And you also want to take advantage of their free premium service, but you want to take care of, you want to participate in the right one. So I'm going to step you through it. First, they're going to give you a 30-day free trial.
Mm-hmm.
And if we go to all the plans, you want to go to Sales Navigator. This is going to give you the best searching features. They're going to give it to you for 30 days for free. And then 7 days before the trial ends, they're going to send you a notice that in 7 days, we're going to start to charge you. So the strategy is when you get the notice, write back to them and tell them you don't want to renew. You're not sure it's for you. And they'll typically come back and offer you a 2-week extension at half price. All right, but it's worth every penny. So when you go over here and click on Learn More, what you're interested in is not the 50 in-mails a month, because you're not going to use any of these in-mails. There's a way to connect with people for free. What you're interested in is that advanced lead search and account search. This right here makes LinkedIn priceless. And it also puts the tag open profile on your page. So anybody that sees it that's outside of your network is encouraged to reach out so you can connect with people outside your network. Do not buy it for your team. That's not economical. So you go over here to the left, try it for 1 month free. Now, understand that LinkedIn is going through a tremendous expansion, and sometimes they don't make it easy for you to do things. Let's come back over to try it for free. Okay, now, do not check off the annual, all right? Check off monthly.
Okay.
Now, they've raised the price, the monthly price from $79 to $99, still worth it. Would you pay $99 a month to have access to an unlimited amount of leads? Of course you would. It becomes, but if you didn't want to do that, you could still use LinkedIn, search for people and build your business without doing that. You do not have to pay for it. The difference is the extra features you get from using Sales Navigator. Not necessary, but in the 30 days that you're going to be able to use it for free, you can decide for yourself whether or not you want to keep it. Now,
Okay.
let's go back over to LinkedIn, all right? Next, what we need to do is we need to look at your settings, because most people don't realize you're invisible. People can't see. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to visibility. And so let's see profile viewer options. This is what you want people to see.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't realize it, but when you go in here, your profile settings are set to private. We come down a little further. How does your profile appear to non-logged in members? Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Your picture's not there.
I see. I didn't know that.
Most people don't. Okay. So we need to, number one, we need to make sure your picture is visible. So if we scroll down a bit, see right now your picture is only visible to all LinkedIn members, not to the public. So we change it to this. And now everybody's going to see your picture.
Wow.
One little thing. Now, the other thing we could do is we can come up here to the top, personalize your URL. What this does is you can get rid of the dashes between your name, save it. So it just has more appeal, and it also lets people know that you have a sense of how to use social media. Most people don't change it. Now we come down here a little further. We want to make sure that all these things are turned on. And then when you create a badge,
Okay.
all that does is that puts that LinkedIn badge on your profile. Now let's come back over here. Okay, now let's come back over. Let's go back to settings. Because we want to make sure that you're as visible as possible. Now, something that LinkedIn just added, okay? And this isn't even, I don't think it's a month old. Remember we said last night, LinkedIn is copying everything that Facebook does.
Mm-hmm.
So now they've got a dark mode. Light mode is what you're looking at. This is dark mode.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, so we're going to keep it on light mode for now. We come down here a little bit further. Let's come back to visibility. Now, who can see your connections? These are going to be the people that they're going to be part of your group. These are also going to be people that you're going to be prospecting. You want to hide them. You don't want people prospecting your prospects. The other thing that they just added 2 months ago, you didn't have this. Who can see members you follow? Choose if others can see who you follow. Well, every time you make a connection on LinkedIn, you're following them.
Mm-hmm.
So if people can see who you're following and you're following your members, then you're still giving away the people that you're still giving away your prospects. So we come back over here, and LinkedIn seems to be running a little slow. Anyone? We're going to turn it to only you. Then we come down here, visibility off LinkedIn. Want to make sure that's turned on. Can people discover you using your email? Stand by for just a second. Hello? That's fine. Thank you. Okay. These don't work. Finding you, looking your email or your phone doesn't work. But if somebody did have your phone number and they wanted to find you, it's always a good idea to make that easy for people. Like I said, it doesn't work. Okay, now we come down, visibility of your LinkedIn activity. This is a biggie. This is huge. Because what you can do, see right now, when you're on LinkedIn, only the people that you're directly connected to can see that you're online, that little green dot or the green donut.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is you switch it to this. Everybody on LinkedIn, when they look at your profile, are going to see, or they're going to think that you're online. This is how you make LinkedIn work for you 24/7. Never log out of LinkedIn. Okay? Turn on your computer in the morning, log into LinkedIn, or if you leave your computer on 24/7, then just stay logged in. When people look at your profile, when people consider writing back to you, responding to a message, if they think you're there, they see that little green dot, they're more inclined to write back to you. This magnifies your online presence 100%. Now we're going to come down here, and this is another biggie, followers. Now, what's happened here is LinkedIn has been overwhelmed by people joining LinkedIn, especially network marketers. And what they're doing is, as soon as they connect, what they're doing is they are just, no, hi, it's nice to meet you. It's nice to know you. You know, what do you do? No. As soon as somebody connects with a network marketer, they go back and say, it's nice to be connected to you. I'm involved with a company that will enable people like you, or after looking at your profile, I can see that you fall into a group of people that would naturally be interested in the company that I work with, where you could be generating an extra $1,000 a week working part-time from home. Now, this may or may not be for you, but I'm just throwing it out there. If not, no big deal. And they're doing it by the millions. And so what LinkedIn has done, because think about it, if you join LinkedIn, create a profile, you're looking for work, or you want to expand your network, learn a little bit more about your industry. And the only thing you got in your connection box are these SOB network marketers, poorly trained network marketers, over-eager network marketers who are just bombarding people with these kind of messages. How long are you going to stay on it? So what LinkedIn is doing now is they're changing their formula that they've had for years. And they're saying, instead of having a connect button, replace it with a follow button. And so the way it works, or it's supposed to work today, is when you do a search and you want to connect with somebody that you don't know, then you follow them first. See, anybody can follow anybody. You don't need my permission to follow me. I don't need your permission to follow you. I do need your permission if I want to connect with you. It's like on Facebook. If you want to be my friend, I've got to say, okay. But anybody on Facebook, same thing, can follow anybody. So by putting the button on follow, what that means is you follow somebody and then you start engaging them in activity. You like something that they did, you send them a post or message. You can now communicate with people that you're not connected to. Build up a little bit of a relationship, so then you can make the connection. And that dramatically slows down the process. But the truth is, when you set your profile up correctly and people see it, it's almost an instant. They accept you, conversation starts. So what you want to do, in fact, let's come back and look at your profile for just a second. And so the way you can tell that your followers are showing up is you can see the number of followers you have here. Anytime you see followers on anybody's profile, typically it means they've got a follow me button. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back. We're going to go back to visibility. And we're going to turn this off. Okay. So now when people look at your profile and they like you and they want to make a connection with you, all they have to do is click one button. All right. Next. So that now makes you as visible as you could possibly be. Last but not least, what we have to do, in fact, let's do this. So right here, you're showing 500 connections. You got 9 people that want to be connected to you. So let's take a look at these 1,200 people you're connected to. Now, these 1,100 people are on your first level.
Okay.
Now, these 1,100 people that you're connected to have connections. You know, on Facebook, you have friends, and then people that are their friends on the second level. So let's say your 1,100 connections connect you to almost 1 million people.
Wow.
Okay, now these are on your second level. And the people on your second level have friends. They connect you to people on the third level, which gives you access to 813 million profiles out of the 830 million profiles that are on there. And frankly, I believe it's up to 840 million. So but not as we scroll down, she's got a follow button. She doesn't have a connect. As we start looking at the people on your list, you're going to see more people are following LinkedIn's instructions. So more and more people have a follow me button, and we're going to show you how to bypass the follow button, because you don't want to bypass. I mean, you don't want to follow somebody. You want to make a connection.
Right.
So now you can search for people out of all these people. Let's say you wanted to build your business in the United States. You got 179 million people to choose from. Now you could break that down by profession. There's so many different ways to filter that down so that on a daily basis, you could be talking to 10, 15, 20, 30 people every day.
Hmm.
LinkedIn is going to make it easy. If we come back over here to your network every day, they're going to say, hey, Ray J, maybe these are people that went to the same school you went to. So you can connect with any of these people. They're going to say, hey, these are people that you may know in similar roles. You can connect with them. And the thing that makes them more appealing is you've got mutual connections. Then you come down here, people you may know in greater St. Louis. This one you have 11 mutual connections. This one you have 66 mutual connections. So there's no shortage of opportunities for you to start a conversation with anybody. You don't want to follow people. You want to make the connection so you can start talking to people, but they're constantly pushing people in your face. So at the end of the day, all it's going to take is a brief conversation with somebody for you to know. Let's come back over here to your profile. For you to know who you want to talk to. Now your picture is now visible, but there are other things that you're going to want to do, because now you're in a network marketing company.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to name the network marketing company. So all we're going to do is we're going to add another business entity. We're going to give it a name, call it something, again, that will make people curious about what it is without naming the company. And then when we start reaching out to people, just let's give it a quick example. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna come over here and let's create a business. Add a position. Now it says here, notify your network, which is very important. You want to make sure, because every time you make a change, you want everybody that you're connected to is going to know about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make up the name of, we're going to make up a company name, an umbrella. And let's call it, for example,
How about Be Well?
Be Well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Be Well, that's going to attract people that might be interested in your products.
Okay.
Okay, wouldn't you want to attract people that are maybe interested in making money with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So instead of Be Well, why don't we come up with something simple like the wealth build, whoops. The Wealth Builders Association.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to go with that. Then we're going to come up here. We're going to make you the founder and the CEO. All right. We're going to skip this. And where are you located?
I'm in East St. Louis, Illinois.
Okay. So let's go with St. Louis. Illinois. Here we go. All right. And now, how long have you been in the business?
Since August.
Okay. So let's go with August of last year. Okay. Now, and we save it. And we're going to share your new position with your network. So now everybody that you're connected to is going to get a little notice that it says you're starting a new position. No, you're not. But you're posting it here for the first time. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Next, what we're going to do. We haven't finished your post. Go back. Okay, so now we're going to, so they have literally changed everything. All right. It's a whole new ball game on LinkedIn, which is why we do these boot camps every month. And so now notice up here, you have the Wealth Builders Association. Now, yes, you're the founder of a radio station, talk show host, and all this other stuff. Just have to change up the headline here. Again, to make people a little bit more curious about what you're doing. So we just came over here. Now, there's a lot we can do with this. But for now, let's add now here's a partner and producer or partner.
And that needs to be updated, Max, because I'm really not even working with that company any longer.
So let's do this. Let's take this out. Instead, let's say that you are now you're an internet entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
You are also a home business coach And what this is going to do is this is going to attract all kinds of people that are going to be interested in what you're doing. In addition, you are now a social media expert. Because by the time you come out of boot camp, you're going to know more than 95% of the people that call themselves experts. You are also a lifestyle you help people transition their lives. And let's just throw in teacher. Okay, now we're going to save this. And now another thing that we could do, let's just come up here and let's get rid of owner. You're the founder. You know, you own it. Same thing.
Okay.
Save it. Now, this is going to position you now to freely go out and start talking to people that you know in advance are looking for what you're marketing and promoting. Now, let's come down here and let's look at some of the things that you've done. Now, you don't have to have anything in common with any of the people. Now, you said you're not doing this anymore. So all you need to do here is put an end date on it. And I would get rid of some of these things. And marketing public relations director. Okay. What does MERS mean?
MERS Goodwill was Metropolitan Employment Rehabilitative Services.
What I would do is I would spell it out because the average person is not going to see, not going to understand what it is. You want to shorten some of these things up a little bit. Now, you're also in the Air Force.
Yes.
Okay. So now you come up here and you could do this with anything. Let's come up here and let's look for all the people on LinkedIn that are in the Air Force or connected with the Air Force. You got 1 million people. Now, out of these 1 million people, there's going to be a bunch that are retired. $56,000. You've also got people in the Air Force, another word for retired.
Veteran. Mm-hmm.
Veteran. 23,000. But another group of people that you're going to want to talk to are people that are in the Air Force that are getting out of the Air Force, that are transitioning out. Got 12,000 people. 12,000 people transitioning out of the Air Force. You are a lifestyle transitioning mentor. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Easy to connect with these people. So you start talking to people like this. And in no time at all, you're going to connect with people. And by the way, notice all these people have connect buttons.
I see.
Okay, but let's come down here. There's 10 on a page. Let's go to page 7. Now here you got message, 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 and then you're going to find a lot of people have follow me buttons. And there's a way to get past all of these folks. Now, LinkedIn has a feature that will enable you, and that's that Sales Navigator feature, that will enable you to filter it down even more to connect with people that you know in advance are active, that share things that you have in common with, and frankly, would enjoy talking to you. And that's the way I mean, so that's the way it works. Okay. So now let me come back over here. And let me so the bottom line is, so leads are free, and you could pick out the people that you would enjoy talking to. It's all about what makes social networks great are profiles, the texting feature that you can communicate with people, and the searching feature. Now, so it's all about, it's 4 steps: create a page, connect with people, communicate with them, close them. That's all there is to it. And in boot camp, you're going to get access to all the information that you need to make this happen and make it work. Now, well, let me see. Let me just kind of fast forward past all of this. So we're going to step you through every part of the process so that you get off on the right foot. Here it is. Okay, now, top earning network marketers in your business will tell you, if you want to be successful, you must talk to 5 people about your business every day. You have easy access. And you can easily do that on LinkedIn and Facebook in less than an hour a day by texting and engaging your prospects in conversations that will lead to sales. Not hard. Top earning network marketers will tell you, if you want to be wildly successful, you must talk to 10 people about your business every day. 10. And you can do that on Facebook and LinkedIn in an hour by texting and engaging your prospects in conversations that result in sales. But for those of you that aspire to become top earners and go to the top of your company, become a top earner like Will, 20 people a day. In our 90-day game plan, we lay out for everybody what it takes in 90 days to become a top earner in any business. You want to be a top earner, you must talk to 20 people about your business every day. Again, you could do that on Facebook and LinkedIn in 2 hours a day without leaving your home, without having to go to meetings. You don't need a blog. You don't need a funnel. You don't need any of that stuff. And of course, it's much easier to search for people on LinkedIn than it is on Facebook. So to effectively connect with people on Facebook by profession, you look them up on LinkedIn by their occupation, location, and then you can find them on Facebook. So reaching out and talking to people is like reaching into a bowl of candy instead of walking up to somebody in a green shirt and start conversations with people. Now, let me just come down here a little bit. Think about this. 830 million people, and you know exactly who you're looking for. You know who you want to talk to. LinkedIn has added 11 million profiles in February. They added 10 million in March. You can't fail. You can't fail. It's a matter of just reaching out to people, having these conversations. So you're part of Will's team. You heard this last night, but there are people here that didn't. When I started working with Will, was back in October. Now, what was kind of interesting about our relationship is I discovered, because Will has been in network marketing for 10 years, and a number of companies that he was in, I'm very familiar with. In fact, I started training people in his company after he left that company and went on to another one. So we finally caught up in HBN, and we did one coaching session. It was a little bit, I mean, what I just did for you, I did for him. There's still some things that you have to do, but once we made those changes, he was, and I gave him some things to post, he was the #1 recruiter for the week. He was on fire. A couple of weeks later, this is exactly like you said it would be. Since last week, I made 2 posts, generated dozens of easy conversations by following your scripts word for word. Folks, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, okay? Nobody has to reinvent the wheel. There's a big pool of people out there, and every time you do a search, we're all fishing in the same pool, but your search results are going to be different because your search results, you're living in St. Louis, East St. Louis, your search results are going to come up with people closer to you. So he calls in to share a success story.
I do have a great quick testimony. Just sponsored a new individual. I've actually got a member of my team on here who's one of our newest 6-figure earners, Melissa Brower. So I wanted to give her a shout out. She just hit 100K in this company. She's already done it before, but this is the most fun we've had. And a young lady I just sponsored who has 0 network marketing experience, I taught her just a few of the techniques that you taught me, and she's already like #7 in recruiting in our company right now. I just saw her name on the leaderboard tonight. So I was like, wow, I got to tell Max. So it's really cool. I just wanted to tell you, man, everything you're teaching, it works in real life. And we all appreciate you so much.
Now, bring somebody into the business, doesn't know anything about network marketing, nothing. And overnight becomes the #7 recruiter in her company. How does that happen? She's doing exactly what I am showing you to do. Nothing different. Nothing different. So I had a lot of fun because Will was calling me. He was leaving Vegas. He had a couple of his distributors in the car. But what I really want you to hear, he's got a distributor in the car. They're driving out of Vegas. The guy's on his laptop or maybe a tablet, and he's talking to people about the business. There's no excuse why you can't be talking to people anyway. Just don't do this when you're driving.
What's going on, Max?
The big question is what's going on with you?
I'm driving, so I want to share this quick testimonial in case my signal cuts out. I'm headed out of Vegas right now. Had a great time in Las Vegas. You know, I was in your boot camps and we were doing the private coaching. It was amazing. I'm actually working with 2 of my team members right now. Jonas, how many conversations you have going on right now based on that technique? Like 5. So one of my guys who's in the car right now has 5 conversations going on. Oh, I'm sorry, make that 6. Make that 6 about his business right now, and had 0 yesterday. Everybody who's on the Zoom, Max is the guy you want to work with. This is one of the trainers in network marketing who actually has stuff that flat out works in real life, not the latest, greatest ClickFunnels, shiny guru stuff. You want the real stuff that works. Max, last time we talked, I think I was the #6 earner in the company, or #5, or something like that.
5 or #4.
#2 right now. So we've got a little bit ways to go to #1, but I just wanted to thank you personally for just really giving us and my organization, the 1 or 2 tools that we really needed, especially from a conversational flow standpoint, things of that nature, to get to that level. So we've had a lot of rank advances since then. We're still polishing some things up. If I need to do some more coaching with you, I can acknowledge that. But I'm a #2 earner right now. I just hit the diamond rank last month. That's a solid 45, 50,000 a month, easy. So this has actually been so far the biggest month I've ever had in 10 years in network marketing, man. So really just wanted to thank you personally, and anybody who's on the Zoom, man, you really got to take this stuff seriously. Don't just play with it. Max is the real deal.
Craig has been in his network marketing company for a while, just by making adjustments to his profile. So, you know, Ray J, what we just did with you, there's still some additional things that we did with him that we didn't get time. But listen to what happened.
Craig, is that you?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Would you share with everybody what happened?
Well, yes, to be honest, I really thought that this was just a lot of hype. I really did, but I said, well, I'll go ahead and try it anyway. So you got my Facebook profile cover and changed my picture, took some things off, and to my surprise, I got immediately after that 6 friend requests from qualified prospects. It was really amazing, professional people. Got 1 request from the vice president of the Yamaha Corporation I used to work with, and it was amazing on that. I got many new people and old people commenting on my new profile page, and I'd never had that before. They liked the profile page. I got 2 people asking me to join my internet business. It was absolutely crazy. They just sent a message and said, Craig, can I join your internet business? The reason why they never knew I had an internet business. You know, I said that I was a music education director, and, you know, I was a wellness educator, and that's it. And then when you went in and changed my header in LinkedIn and changed my intro in Facebook, then it just blew up like crazy. Now, I do have now 4,400 people, and it's just going like crazy. And I love it when I never had people to just come in and ask, may I join your internet business? And I never talked to them before about it. But because my Facebook profile page said that, then whenever they clicked, my introduction or my header showed every time. And one guy said, well, I'm so happy to see all the things that you do. So on all my things that are listed on my header and in my intro, I'm getting responses on all of those. It's just amazing. I never knew something like that would even exist.
Now, Craig was in our boot camp last month, and on all of the sessions, he jumped in and shared his experiences. I believe he closed out the month with 10 people in his business.
Awesome.
So the bottom line is I followed your instructions. First post, 12 conversations, brought in 3 people. There is no faster, easier way to do this, up to 7. 7 people in 4 days. Once your profile is set up to do this, you're golden. What I'm teaching you will work not just for your network marketing experience, it will work for any business that you're in. You know, when I originally started to teach this, most of the network marketers that I was working with were part-time. They had full-time jobs. So once they grasped it, once they understood what it was and how it worked, if you know who you're looking for, there's a simple way to start a conversation. He was he was recruited by one of the leaders in Melaleuca. I think his name was Jason Fisher. They were good friends. Fisher dies. He was devastated, didn't want to build a business. Now, he had just purchased a Soft Wash Power Pro franchise, but he was looking for the network marketing business to generate residual income. Well, what I taught him was how to find people, how to craft appropriate opening messages to get them to accept you. And so we started to apply this, looking for business. And he called in last Wednesday to share more of his story.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I've heard from a lot of students in the last 2 or 3 days
last time we spoke, you know, you would use the training that you got from me to expand your franchise business. And I think you said that, you know, now they kind of brought you in, made you a partner.
Yeah, they have actually, Max. Through using your system, one of the things that happened for me is that I learned how to contact people on LinkedIn. And some of those contacts became so powerful that I was able to close a major account with Verizon Wireless that we signed a contract for $20 million. That is to clean cell phone towers. But since then, we've also made contact with people that manage the municipal water towers and the water treatment facilities. And in doing so, I mean, it has blown up my business. And it's like I said before, you know, I never would have known how to contact people on LinkedIn. I never would have known to even use LinkedIn for that sort of thing if it hadn't been that I came across you through somebody when I was in networking, when I was in network marketing. I know a lot of people use it for network marketing, but it can be for anything. Just learning how to contact people is the biggest thing. It has been so powerful. It's just unbelievable that last year I was struggling financially. And then by the end of the year and this year, I will make over $2 million. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's like unbelievable. It's actually one of those things that was like, it's like one of those things I wasn't sure I believed it until it happened.
I don't share these with you to impress you. I share them with you to impress upon you that with a profile on Facebook, with a profile on LinkedIn, you can talk to anyone. You don't have to wait for people to contact you. You can go out, you can start talking to them. Louis, I've been using your methods at work. And he got a promotion. It's not network marketing money, but his bills are getting paid. If you know who you want to talk to, there is no faster, easier, more direct way to find people to talk to. And you can be doing it right now. We just opened up registration for our April boot camp. The way it's filling up, I'm not sure. I mean, this may be one of the first boot camps that we actually close registrations on. So for those of you that are on my mailing list, you know where to go to register. You're sitting on a gold mine. Every day that goes by that you're not talking to someone about your business, a real solid prospect, is a lost day you'll never get back. Every week that you're not bringing 2 or 3 people into your business, same thing. You never get that time back. We'll be doing conversations at 4. We'll actually dive into people's accounts, demonstrate how the whole process works. And if there's anybody that's interested in my coaching program, please write to support@maxsteingart.com. Put in the headline coaching. I understand we have a finance company that will finance coaching if you have a credit score. I don't know what the credit score is, but that's not that high. I got openings to work with 2 people. And then the next openings we'll probably have last week in April. So until next time, first quarter of the year is behind you. You're just starting the second quarter. Let me help you do twice as much business in the second quarter than you did in the first. For those of you that are part of the Power Lead system, we have a training for you tonight at 9. And for those of you that are working with George Ruiz in Vasayo, we have a training tomorrow night at 8. So until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless.
Thanks, Max.